Hello students, in this video we are going to start an interesting topic, chance and probability. Usually in maths we deal with things that always happens in the same way. They are always certain. For example, if we add 21 and 39, we always get 60. And if we take the product of 15 and 10, we always get 150. So there is no uncertainty at all. But in real world, things are not always so predictable. They are unpredictable and uncertain. For example, if we toss a coin, we cannot predict whether it will be head or tail. Hence, the outcome is uncertain, unpredictable. In daily life, we often use statements like, there is no chance of it raining today. Is it quite probable that India will win the World Cup? Where result is uncertain and unpredictable. We are just guessing the extent to which something is likely to happen, or we can say we are just guessing the chance of happening of the event. So probability is the extent to which something is likely to happen, or we can say the chance of happening of an event. To understand more about the probability, let us see an interesting video.
Chance and probability. In our day-to-day life, we often come across many statements, out of which some are sure to happen, some are impossible, whereas some may or may not happen. Let us consider some statements. The sun setting in the east. This is impossible, because the sun rises in the east. Increase in the side of a square results in the increase in its area. This is sure, because area of a square is equal to side into side. Tomorrow will be a bright sunny day. This may or may not happen, as its occurrence depends on the sun. Father is younger than his son. This is impossible, because father is always elder than his son. A leap year consists of 366 days. This is sure to happen. On tossing a coin, I will get head. This may or may not happen, because when a coin is tossed, there are two possible outcomes: head or tail. On throwing a die, I will get number 6. A die has 6 faces, that is, numbers 1 to 6. Hence, this may or may not happen. From this table, we understand that there are some statements which are sure to happen. Some are impossible, whereas some may or may not happen. For example, when we toss a coin, it has two possible outcomes: either head or tail. Sometimes we get the predicted outcome, and sometimes we fail. Let us now perform an activity to understand this better. Take a coin. Toss it 20 times. Record the observations, as shown in the table. In the shown table, H represents head, and T represents tail. From the table, it is clear that there is no fixed pattern for the occurrence of head or tail. It is a matter of chance that, in a particular throw, we get either head or tail, as both are equally likely to be obtained. This means total number of outcomes are 2, head and tail, out of which favorable outcome is only one, that is, getting head or tail, and thus the probability of getting head or tail is equal to 1 upon 2 for each. Now if we count the total number of heads and tails, we find it is 12 and 8, respectively. Thus, the probability of getting head is 12 upon 20, that is, 3 upon 5, and probability of getting tail is 8 upon 20, that is, 2 upon 5. If we increase the number of observations, we find that the probability of each event approaches to 1 upon 2. Let us now learn some facts regarding probability. The events which are sure to happen have probability equal to 1. Those events which have no chance of happening have probability equal to 0. And events that have many possibilities can have probability between 0 and 1. Now, if the die is thrown, the possibility of getting either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 is equal. That is, for a die, there are 6 equal possible cases. Hence, the probability of each of the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 is 1 upon 6. Let us consider one more example. A bag contains 3 red balls and 7 white balls. What is the probability of getting a red ball when one ball is taken out randomly without seeing? Total number of balls in the bag is equal to 10. Out of these, number of red balls is equal to 3. Thus, the probability of getting a red ball is equal to 3 upon 10.
Hope you all understand the concept of chance and probability. It is nothing, just a chance of happening an event. We see that probability lies between 0 and 1, and the probability of sure event is always 1 and impossible event is always 0. Now, how to calculate probability of an event? Probability of an event can be calculated as division of number of ways an event can happen upon total number of possible ways. So, here is an interesting song to learn this.
The number of ways an event can happen divided by the total number of outcomes gives a fraction. And that's what we mean by probability. One means total certainty, naught's impossibility, and the chance of anything happening lies in between. And that's what we mean by probability. Toss a coin and there's an even chance of getting heads, but there's also half a chance of getting tails instead. If the probability is greater than 50-50, then the likelihood of an outcome's looking good. And that's what we mean by probability. When you throw a single die, no matter what you pick, the chance of getting any number's only 1 in 6. And that's what we mean by probability. And that's what we mean by probability.